Welcome ladies and gentlemen to my tutorial on composition in art. If you enjoy drawing, you are in the right place. Composition is about creating an image that is pleasing to the eye and or interesting enough to make people stop and stare. While it might be satisfying to produce a photorealistic drawing, that doesn't guarantee that it is a good work of art. To work out how to compose a good drawing, I would recommend browsing through photos on Pinterest or other sites. These can give some inspiration. It is all very subjective, but I will give you some pointers to get you started. If you are drawing a portrait of a person, there are three important factors that help to make it look attractive: lighting, pose, and style. Lighting is critical. It is what makes a good or bad photo of a person. It is best to have a fairly even spread of light across the face. That is, you don't want a bright light coming in from one direction, producing prominent shadows. Harsh shadows will show up every blemish and wrinkle. A popular type of lighting is to have the main source of light from behind, creating a bright highlight around the person's outline, but with plenty of reflected light coming back to gently illuminate the face. This could be an indoor view with the window behind, or an outdoor scene with the sun behind but out of view. For the pose, it is usually best to have a relaxed look, even in a formal portrait. Maybe a very slight tilting of the head, maybe a tilting of the hips and one knee slightly bent. You can have the person holding something in one hand to give a less formal look. You could get more adventurous and do a mirror portrait. That gives you a chance to do a front view and a profile together. Maybe you could have the drawing tell a story. This one of Ivy Doomkitty shows her looking in a hallway mirror before going out to a formal do. You may have less control over the style of clothes, but might be able to pick one of the subject's favourite outfits or offer to draw one from a catalogue. For a landscape drawing, it can help if you include something in the foreground to one side or both sides, such as trees or a building, or maybe a few twigs and leaves of a nearby tree largely out of view. This helps to give some depth to the overall image and might also nicely frame the main part of the image. For drawing of a wild animal, one option is to make the background a bit fuzzy and out of focus to keep the viewer's attention on the animal. It can be a mistake to do too good a job of drawing some grand-looking surroundings, making the animal almost unnoticeable. For inanimate objects such as buildings, cars and trains, you can have some fun with different perspective effects. Imagine photos taken with telephoto lenses versus wide-angle lenses. With the wide-angle view, parallel lines tend to converge at large angles to each other. This can be useful when trying to show something that is travelling towards us fast. A telephoto long-distance view can be useful for a panning shot of a fast-moving vehicle. I keep wanting to do one of a train but never seem to have enough time. To round off this video, I'll explain what went into creating this portrait of Christina Hendricks. In keeping with her best-known television role, I sketched a period office setting, but made it slightly out of focus to help make her stand out. I included Venetian blinds similar to ones my family had when I was a child, which had a beige coloured fabric supporting the slats. The lower slats were closer together if the blinds had failed to open properly. The backlighting created that lovely highlight around her hair, shoulders and arms, which gives a slight 3D effect as though she's standing in front of the drawing paper. I chose a teal-green dress to complement her red hair, in a style that is attractive but appropriate for a work environment with its high neckline. The pen on the chain is a feature from her TV character. The reflection in her eyes shows one of the office windows. I've added a bit of light blue to most of the shadows, which helps the overall colour balance, but be careful not to overdo this effect. The finishing touch is to get the dark shadows very dark, and that helps to make the image look real. That's all for this video. Please check out my other tutorials and time-lapse demos. Thank you for watching.